So, good morning, students. This is our second lecture on fuels and combustion. In the last lecture, we are seeing the distillation process, how the different products of combustion are obtained from these crude oils. In the today's lecture, we will be seeing the what is meant by octane number, what is the significance of the octane number, and we will see the important vehicle, this property of the fuel, which is known as the volatility. See here what is meant by volatility. It describes how easily a gasoline evaporates, or it is having a tendency to form the vapors. The definition assumes vapor will remain in the fuel tank or the fuel line and causes certain pressure based on temperature of the fuel. What is happening? So we know the fuel is a volatile material. A volatile material means yeah, it gets ignited. So before getting ignited, the fuel gets converted into vapor form by absorbing certain heat. So the heat it gets as the temperature of the surrounding increases. Now, due to this, as the fuel absorbs the heat, so the liquid fuel droplets get converted into vapors. These vapors then accumulate on the surface of the fuel which is present in fuel tank. This vapor also get into fuel lines, the lines which supply fuels to engine. Now the important property which we call Reid vapor pressure. So what is this Reid vapor pressure? The pressure of vapor above the fuel when the fuel is at 100 degree Fahrenheit or 38 degree centigrade. So this one is a very important property. We are having one apparatus which is known as Reid vapor pressure test apparatus. Whenever we are making a particular blend for any diesel engine or a petrol engine, so as the blend is prepared, we are checking the blend in the Reid vapor pressure test apparatus. We are determining what is its Reid vapor pressure. So the Reid vapor pressure of the blade should be in a particular range. The range which is specified by certain standard bodies. One of the standard body in India is ARAI, that is Automotive Research and Accreditation Institute. They are specifying certain standards. And another important standard is ASTM standard. What is ASTM? I will tell you in the next slide. So for a fuel to be used in the engine, the property of the fuel, that is a Reid vapor pressure, should be in a particular range. Then only it can be suitable to be used in the engines. So what property of this fuel, or we can say the property of this fuel, that is Reid vapor pressure, how it affects the engine performance, that we will see. So what happens during the cold temperatures? The surrounding atmosphere is very cold and the fuel remains into liquid state, and it does not readily gets converted into vapor state because the temperature is low. Due to this, what happens? The fuel is not getting vaporized, and due to this there are certain difficulties for ignition process. Since there is a difficulty in the ignition process, our combustion process is not as much smooth as that of a normal operating condition. So there can be problem such as starting or drivability, acceleration. If you require sudden acceleration, then your engines cannot permit in this cold weather condition. That is why the cold temperatures reduce normal vaporization of this gasoline. Its gasoline is not readily converted into vapors. Winter blend gasoline is specially formulated to vaporize at lower temperatures. Now what is happening? Therefore, for the countries, or we can say the locations which are in the cold atmospheric conditions, for them we have to modify the fuel by certain additives so that it can be able to get vaporized in the cold atmospheric condition easily, so that it can result into proper starting and drivability even though there are the low temperatures. Now here, similarly, what happens in the summer season? In the summer season, if you use the winter blend fuel, winter blend fuel means what? It gets easily converted into vapors. But if such fuel is used in the summer season, then there will be problem. So what is that problem? At warm ambient temperature, gasoline vaporizes easily. The fuel system, that is fuel pump, carburetor, fuel injection nozzle, is designed to operate with liquid gasoline. Means here all this system of the fuel injection engine, it is designed and it is bound that a liquid fuel should be there for the operation of such system. The volatility of summer grade gasoline should be about 7 pounds per square inch, and that is RVP. What is this RVP? RVP is reed vapor pressure. So this one is the standard value. Okay, means what is happening? The pressure of the vapors which are generated above the liquid fuel by absorbing the heat from the atmosphere should be around 7 pounds per square inch, that is reed vapor pressure, not beyond that. Now the American Society for Testing and Materials, that is ASTM, this one is the standard body. In India we are having ARAI, in America there is this body. This is a standard for summer blend gasoline, allow volatility up to 10.5 pounds per square inch RVP. Means what is this ASTM suggesting us? That if you are using a fuel in summer blend gasoline, so its value should not be beyond 10.5. And according to ASTM standard, the maximum RVP should be 15 psi for the winter blend gasoline. In case of this winter blend, not beyond 15. Okay, 15 psi RVP, that is reed vapor pressure. So that is why this is a very important property for the summer blend and winter blend fuels. Now what are the problems that can be there if our fuel is not as per the ASTM standard or the correct reed vapor pressures for the particular operating conditions. At high temperatures, liquid gasoline can easily vaporize and cause a vapor lock. So, what is vapor lock? If we know in a particular line, if there is an air bubble or a vapor, it does not maintain the continuity of the flow in that pipeline. So, in the fuel pipeline, if there is a air bubble, vapor bubble, this is going to affect the supply of fuel to the engine. And since the flow of the fuel to the engine is hampered, our normal engine operating condition gets deviated. We can find problem in operation of these engines. A lean condition is caused by vaporized fuel in the fuel system. What is lean condition? A lean condition means engine takes air as well as fuel and it mixes them in a carburetor, and that mixture is supplied to the engine in case of this petrol engine. If we are taking more amount of air and less amount of fuel, it becomes a lean mixture. A lean mixture is having a problem of poor engine output and it lacks accelerations. Therefore, a vapor lock is caused by bubbles in the fuel preventing proper operation of fuel injection system. Bubbles in fuel can be caused by heat or by sharp bends in the fuel system. Heat causes some fuel to evaporate. Bends cause the fuel to be restricted at the bends. When the fuel flows past the bend, the fuel can expand to fill the space after the bend. This expansion drops the pressure and the bubbles form in the fuel line. So what is going to happen? This fuel or the bubbles of the vaporized fuels gets expanded, fill the spaces in the bends or the fuel lines. This drops the pressure in the lines which obstructs the fuel flow in the fuel lines. When fuel is full of bubbles, engine is not being supplied with enough fuel. So this is going to happen. Enough amount of fuel which is required for the operation of the engine is not provided. A lean engine will stumble during acceleration, will run rough and may stop. So this is the problem. No acceleration, stalling of the engine. Warm weather and alcohol blended fuels tend to increase vapor lock and performance problem. So the major problem of volatile fuel or the fuel with a high amount of volatility. Basic is volatility means tendency of fuel to form vapors is volatility. High volatility is having certain this type of a problem. So the volatility of the fuel should be in a particular range which do not affect drivability or the engine performance problem. Two important things which affect volatility is warm weather condition and the alcohol in the fuel. Alcohol in the fuel increases the vapor lock. In subsequent slides, we will see how this alcohol affects the vapor lock. So, if winter blend gasoline or a high RVP fuel is used in an engine during warm weather, the following problem may occur. So, what is this? A high volatile fuel is used in the regions where there is a warm weather. Means in a fuel which is used in cold countries such as Russia or Canada, which is used in a hot condition such as uh, in uh, in India. In India, we are having very hot places: Nagpur, Aurangabad, Rajasthan. Temperatures in summer season going beyond 45 degrees centigrade. Horrible condition. In such conditions, if you are using the fuels of countries of Russia and Canada, then we will have rough idle, stalling, hesitation on acceleration and surging. Therefore, this one is an apparatus. This is a gasoline testing kit. So included in an isolated container where water is at 100 degree Fahrenheit used to heat a container holding a small sample of gasoline. The reading on the pressure gauge is the read vapor pressure. So what is this? This one is the apparatus here. In this apparatus, what is we are doing? We are using water. Uh, Water is kept in a container and the temperature of that water is kept constant at 100 degree Fahrenheit. And in this bath of water, we are dipping a sample of fuel. The sample of fuel is connected to one gauge and that gauge reads what is the pressure of that fuel, sorry, that vapors. When this sample of fuel is kept in this water bath, it absorbs the heat from the surrounding water and this gets vaporized. The fuel gets vaporized and the vapors particles are formed on the surface of this fuel, and this vapor particles increases the pressure, and this pressure is sensed by this gauge, and this pressure is known as read vapor pressure. Okay, and the short form is RVP. Now next important factor is the distillation curve. It is having a particular significance. It is a method of classifying volatility is distillation curve. A curve on a graph is created by plotting the temperature at which various percentage of fuel vaporizes. Now here on the y-axis we are having temperature in Fahrenheit, and on the x-axis we are having the amount of fuel which is getting vaporized. So here as the temperature increases, we can say the percentage of the fuel which is vaporized is plotted. Now at the end point we can see we are not allowing the 100% evaporation of the fuel, we are allowing certain residue which is less than 2.77%. Okay, now what does it tell? It is indicating dilution of engine oil, crankcase deposit, spark plug fouling or combustion chamber deposits. So this takes into this account. Now here it indicates warm up and cool weather drivability. Okay, now this typical distillation curve tells us the heavier molecules evaporates at high temperatures and contains more heat energy for power, whereas the lighter molecules evaporated easily for starting. Okay, now what does it tell? So if this is the region, means at low temperatures certain molecules of fuel, that is lighter molecules, they gets evaporated at a very low temperatures, and this indicates the easy starting property of that fuel, means engine gets easily started. There are certain heavy molecules. If the fuel is composed of heavy molecules, these heavy molecules, when they are getting ignited, they release a very high amount of energy, but the temperature at which they get ignited is a very high temperatures. Now there is one important concept, that we get a lower gas mileage in the winters. In winter season, the fuel consumption of the engine is very high. The possible reasons for such thing is, first is the gasoline that is blended for use in the cold climate is designed for easily starting and contains very fewer heavy molecules. Now see here, in the cold countries, uh, we use the fuel which is composed of very uh, light molecules, not means which is composed of light molecules, but it also contains certain amount of heavy molecules, but it is having very less percentage. And we know that these heavy molecules are the molecules which give a large amount of heat. So this, when this fuel is composed of less amount of these heavy molecules, okay, the heat content of winter gasoline is lower than the summer blended gasoline. What is going to happen? A very small amount of heat, or we cannot a considerable amount of heat which is liberated from the gasoline, which affects the power output from the engine. Next important thing is, since this power output is affected, we require more amount of fuel molecules to be burned in the engines to get our required or the prescribed uh, power output. This increases the fuel consumption. And next important thing is, in cold temperatures, the lubricants such as the engine oil, differential oil, gear oil, okay, so it seizes, its viscosity increases. Therefore, it offers more resistance for the movement, or more amount of energy is consumed in the friction. Therefore, naturally, our power output is consumed in friction. We require more of power output from the engines, and this power output is consumed in the friction, and less amount of power output is available at the drive end. Now next important thing is, the heat from the engine is radiated into outside weather. Since outside weather is cool, the heat is having tendency to flow in the outside atmosphere easily. So large amount of heat which is required for the driving operation gets easily radiated from the engines when the fuel is combusted. Then the next important thing is the physical, means road conditions such as ice or snow, which causes the tire slippage and increases the additional drag on the vehicles, also increases the fuel consumption. So these are the probable reasons why there is a less, we can say, mileage in the cold weather conditions. Now the normal and the abnormal compression we are going to see here. What is a compression? Compression means what is happening when the fuel comes inside this cylinder. Then these fuel molecules are compressed. Whenever these fuel molecules are compressed, we are increasing the pressure and their temperatures. And there is a spark. Okay, this spark provides the ignition to this fuel, and there is a combustion process. This combustion, during this combustion, these fuel molecules are converted into combustible gases. These gases rapidly increases the pressure and temperature inside this chamber, and this flame front travels in this direction. from the spark plug to the another end of the cylinder, and this increases the combustion process. Now the important property which is means related with this combustion process is the octane rating of gasoline or the fuel. So it is the measure of the anti-knock properties. What is meant by knock? That is the engine knock. It is also called as a detonation, spark knock, or the ping. It is a metallic noise an engine makes usually during acceleration from abnormal or uncontrolled combustion in the cylinder. So this one is the metallic noise which is there when there is not a proper normal combustion in the engines. When there is a normal combustion, smoothly and progressively across the combustion chamber from the point of ignition. What is happening? Normal combustion initiates the expansion of the combustion gases from one end to this another end. But in the abnormal combustion, what is going to happen? So it increases the combustion speed by 10 times as compared to the normal speed. What is the normal speed? The normal speed is between 45 to 90 miles per hour, that is 72 and 145 kilometers per hour. And what is this speed? This speed of the flame front. This is the flame front speed. It is increased up to 10 times. Now here we can see these are also, we can say, the flame front which is generated over here, and which can this value of this, or we can say speed of this flame front is very much high as compared to the normal flame front, and which can damage the pistons, gaskets, and the cylinder head. Now here a detonation is a secondary ignition of the air fuel mixture, and it is called a spark knock or the ping. So here ignition is starting from here and also from here. Why here? Because the temperatures after a particular time the engine become hot, and here also we can say a very warm condition are there. So what happens here, the fuel droplets which are present over here, they come in contact with the hot metallic parts and they gets evaporated and they gets ignited. So there is a flame front from this direction, flame front from this direction, and due to this there is a detonation. Now this one is a tech tip. This tech tip is the sniff test. Problems occur with stale gasoline from which lighter parts of gasoline have been evaporated. Means what happens? Petrol which is kept for a longer time and is used, there is a problem in that. What is that problem? The lighter amount of fuel particles which gets evaporated easily, and what is remaining? Heavy gasoline molecules. And these heavy gasoline molecules are very hard to get ignited, which results in a no start situation. If tail gas is suspected, sniff it. It smells rancid, replace with fresh. Some experts recommend that diesel fuel additive to be used to kill bacteria and fungi growth that occurs in fuel when moisture is present. So what is happening? So fuel also consists of certain moisture particles, and these moisture particles give rise to this bacteria and fungi growth. And therefore certain types of additives need to be added into fuel to kill this bacteria and fungi. To kill algae and stop bacteria growth, use from 0.25 to 0.5 OZ of additive in each 20 gallons. Means it is a special type of additive, okay, that this is one is OZ. While algae growth is usually associated with diesel fuel, where water collects at the bottom of the tank, gasoline tank can still be a source of algae, especially when vehicles are stored for longer period of time, usually over 90 days. Now, take one note, if storing a vehicle, boat or the lawn mower over the winter, put some gasoline stabilizer into the gasoline to reduce the evaporation and separation that can occur during storage. Gasoline stabilizer is frequently available at lawn mower repair shop or marines. Now what happens, the in this also tells us that the engines which are used for our other applications such as a lawn mower which cuts the grass or any agriculture purpose engine, so that we have to take into consideration that we have to put certain additives so that there is no formation of this fungi or a bacteria inside this fuel chamber or the fuel tank. Now next important thing is the octane rating. What is this octane rating? We will see. One of the first additives used in the gasoline was tetraethyl lead. Its meaning is TEL. TEL was added in early 1920s to reduce the tendency to knock. It was often called ethyl or high taste gasoline. The anti-knock standard or basis of comparison was the knock resistance hydrocarbon isooctane. So this isooctane is especially a fuel. Okay, is fuel. It is very, we can say, ideal fuel. So whenever we are testing any fuel, we are comparing it with the isooctane. If its combustion is similar to isooctane, so we called it an octane rating of about 100. If it's, if there is a, we can say the properties of the fuel is only 85% with that of the isooctane, so it is rated as 85 octane. So this octane rating is only a comparison test. Now there are two methods to rate the gasoline for this anti-knock properties. One is the research method and one is the motor method. So what is these are the two important methods. This research method is a statistical method, and this motor method is the direct method which is used in the single cylinder engines. Now the value of this motor research method is more 6 to 10 points more as compared to this motor method. So there is a big deviation between these two methods, what they are giving us the octane rating. Therefore what we are doing, we are taking the average, that is research octane number plus motor octane number divided by 2. So if the research octane number is 93 and the motor octane number is 85, we are taking their average and we are giving this 89 as the octane number. Now here these are, we can say, fuels which are available in the markets. So what they are posting their octane number. Means a fuel which is having an octane number of 19 is a very ideal fuel for the combustion. It does not lead to detonation of the knocking. Whereas in 87, which can also not use, no, we can say, detonation or the knocking, but not good as that of a 90. So this one we can say a premium grade. Okay. Now now due to the various, so what is this, what grade of gasoline does the EPA use when testing engines? The what is this, EPA is nothing but the governmental agency. Due to the various grades and additives used in the commercial fuel, the government uses a liquid called indoline. Indoline has a research octane number of 96.5 and a motor octane number of 88, which results into rating of 92.25.